and welcome to this lesson. In this lesson, we're going to go over the negative form, which in Afrikaans is Ontkenning. So I love this because it's so easy to understand, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to know so that you won't be surprised next time you write about this in an exam. So this is suitable from grade 4 or even earlier, but I think you'll probably use this in grade 9 going forward. But I just wanted to show you all the ones you need to be aware of. So let's get started. So the first one that you need to know is the obvious one, which is the negative form in a normal sentence. So you place the first ni just after the verb and the other one at the end of the sentence. So this might seem obvious to some people, but I've seen a lot of people not know where to place the first ni. Okay, so the first one needs to be right after the verb, because the best way to remember for myself is I always tell myself that you can't deny the action before the action has taken place. So if you put the ni before the action, then you're already denying something that hasn't taken place, because an action is something that needs to happen, isn't it? So Mimi gaan school toe. In this sentence, if you follow Stompie, Mimi will be the subject, gaan would be verb 1, and then school will be the object, and then do, I think, is direction, so maybe it supports the verb. So Mimi gaan, then you put the first ni, school do ni, and then the other ni, as you know, must always be at the end of the sentence. Okay. Another one we can try is ben is moeg. So in this case, es is the verb. So you're going to say ben is nie moeg nie. Okay, so each time you need to always be aware of where the verb is at. Let's look at the second one. This one is when you have one subject and one verb. So this, in order for a sentence to qualify as a sentence in Afrikaans, those are the two requirements that it needs to have. It needs to have a sentence. It needs to have a subject and a verb. So the only thing that might take exception to this is when you have a command. So a command can be one-worded. For example, sit or get. Okay, so that's just one word. So in this particular one, you need to know that you're going to place the first ni just after the verb. So same story, okay? So ben eet, and then your negative form will be ben eet nie. So far, I think you guys are, with me. So let's get into some tricky ones. So now we get into a question. So there's so many things regarding questions and Ontkenning, but for now we're just going to look at something really, really simple. So there are 3 things you're supposed to be aware of. First, you need to answer the question. A lot of people forget this, but I think teachers are teaching you guys to always say near something is not happening, right? But technically, you're only supposed to use near when you are asked a question. Okay, so you need to first answer the question. Number 2, be aware of the pronoun. So if one person is asking another person something, then you need to respond as if it is that other person. So the person can't answer themselves, so to speak. And then the last one is to not forget that the sentence must still have 2 ni's. Okay, so the question is jy blind? Are you blind? Right? And then the answer, the response, is going to be the part that's in Ontkenning. You are denying, or you are giving the negative version of the positive question you were just asked. And then the answer would be nee, comma, ek is nie blind nie. So note that we went from is jy blind to nee, ek is nie blind nie. Okay, are you guys with me so far? Cool, let's move on. The next thing is a command, okay? How do you notice if something is a command? It will start with a command, or what I was trying to say is it will start with a verb or a statement that is a command and end with an explanation. And then also the second thing you need to be aware of is that moet is going to be moenie, okay? So the sentence we're going to use here is doen jou huiswerk. So you can see that it starts with a verb, it ends with exclamation, and now you're going to use it in the negative form, moenie jou huiswerk doen nie. Both the first ni is included in moenie. So moenie is actually moetnie, but the shortened version of it is moenie. Okay, and then the last part is also ni as well. Next one. A command with asseblief. Now here's the tricky part. So same thing applies as before, but now we have asseblief in the sentence. So staan asseblief in die ry. So now in the negative form, you're going to break up moenie. So you're going to say moet asseblief nie in die ry staan nie. I love this one. This one's my favorite. So I think you'll hear most of your teachers use this one. So just be aware of the two differences and why they take place. Next, I'm going to quickly run through words that completely change in the negative form. So in the sentence with iemand, that's going to become niemand. Okay. Iemand loop die hoek. Then your negative sentence with niemand loop die hoek nie. So even though the first word replaces the first nie, the last nie must still be there. Ergens is daar 'n stukkie papier. Nêrens is daar 'n stukkie papier nie. Okay, next one is ooit, that becomes nooit. Next one is iets, that becomes niks. And then the last one on this page is een, which becomes geen. Okay, these are very important because this is how they catch you from grade 9 all the way to matric. Other words, moet becomes moenie, so we've done this one already. Nog, I think, is the one that they use to catch a lot of students because it's just so hidden, you know, you don't think that that one also changes. So nog becomes nie meer, and then later nie. And then alreeds, or reeds, that's why it's in brackets. So it could be reeds, or it could be alreeds, one word, is going to become nog nie. Note that everything that says al will get nog in the negative form. So alreeds will become nog nie, al will also become nog nie, then al iemand will become nog niemand. If let's say it said al ooit, then it's going to be al nooit in the negative form. Okay, so just make a note. Nog becomes nie meer, and then anything with al becomes nog nie, or nog, whatever word needs to be swapped. For example, al iemand will become nog niemand. Okay, so you need to adapt to whatever it is that they give you, but as long as you're aware that a change needs to happen and what it needs to change into, you're gonna be fine. Okay, let's do the last one. So here we have a double negative. This one is also one of my favorites because it's like a gamble, okay? If there are two words that need to be changed into the negative, we only change the first one. So technically, this is something that you don't need to study. You just need to know that, okay, if I have two words that can take on a negative form, I just need to change the first one. If you store that properly in your brain, you'll never have to study this, okay? So the example that we have here is, was iemand ooit China toe? So here there's actually a lot of things happening. You have a double negative, you have a question, and a question has three things that you need to observe, remember. So you need to apply all of those things. So first one, when it comes to a question, is answer the question, nee, comma. Now it said if you have two that needs to change into the negative, you need to change the first one. So you choose iemand. So now your iemand becomes niemand. So nee, niemand was ooit China toe nie. Okay, and then you must also remember the nie at the end. Okay, so I think this is quite easy to understand, and I really hope that this helped you to kind of condense the whole lesson into less than 10 minutes, I think. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, but thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.